Dr. Sarah Bronson from Georgia State University in 2010 did a study in which 2 monkeys had to complete tasks in order to receive a food reward. After 3 or 4 times of these monkeys bringing the rock to the proctor of the experiment, each receiving cucumbers, they decided to give one monkey grapes in order for completing the same task that the other monkey was doing for cucumbers. Obviously, to capuchin monkeys, the grape is worth a lot more than a cucumber, and eventually the monkey who is receiving the cucumber still, rather than grapes, whenever they see their counterpart receiving grapes, they basically go ballistic. They shake the bars, they kick over their water, and at one point, and what's kind of the punchline of this humorous video, take the cucumber that they're given and literally throw it back at the scientist. Whenever I watch this, I can't help but, be reminded of the fact that according to the most recent U.S. Census, women are still accepting 77 cents per dollar that men are raising in the workforce. And even further, I can't help but question in how many other ways women are accepting cucumbers from society whenever they deserve grapes. So I just first of all like to look at this problem in 3 different areas. First, some of the areas in which women are, there's like gender inequality present in society. Second, an organization called the AAUW, the Association of American University Women, and how it works to combat those gender inequalities. And finally, why you, as my audience members, should become involved in the AAUW's purpose. We could look all over the world, all over society today to look at how gender inequalities exist. Any type of advertising, women's bodies are basically used and degraded to a cheap advertising technique to advertise for anything, such from cars to sandwiches to colognes. The GQ October 2010 photo shoot featured characters from Glee in which men in the shoot were portrayed as fully clothed, doing things such as playing sports, playing the drums, whereas women evidently have nothing better to do than hang out in the library having pillow fights in their underwear. In addition, you can look at the American Prosecutors Institute in June of 2014 that says that up until 2012, it was still legal in a lot of states to use women's past sexual history in rape cases in order to defend the alleged rapist, saying that the victim had a past sexual history of promiscuity and therefore should not be able to claim rape against someone else. But anyways, these problems exist a lot in society, so I'd like to next look at the AAUW and what they do to combat such gender inequalities. They can do anything from providing legal support for sexual discrimination cases, providing grants for workshops to help advance women in their academic and professional careers, and even doing smart salary negotiation workshops in college campuses across the nation. According to the AAUW's current website, last year in 2013, they provided $4.3 million in grants to further women's professional and academic careers, had over 1,200 congressional office visits in order to push forth legal legislation to combat gender inequalities, and even had 140 campus-wide smart salary negotiation workshops across the country. So finally, I'd like to tell you guys why you should be a part of the AAUW's effort. First of all, I know it seems like a lot of trouble. How do I get involved? Well, actually, lucky for you, Texas A&M has a Women's Resource Center that you can find at womensresource.tamu.edu, and they take money and time donations, but in addition, even just looking and spending time to read up on gender inequality and the research that the AAUW does on combating it is, one step to helping educate America on it. So finally, I'd like you to put yourselves in the shoes of the capuchin monkeys who are completing the same tasks and receiving less reward, and question yourself how many women in society today are accepting cucumbers from society whenever they deserve grapes, and what you can do to stop it. And the answer is join the AAUW's effort to join a 130-year movement of empowering women as individuals and as a community.